Welcome to our exploration of leadership during one of America's most defining conflicts, the Civil War. Leadership, a force that shapes history, played a profound role in this tumultuous period. But what role did it play in the American Civil War? This series will delve into the heart of the conflict, from the battlegrounds to the strategic minds behind the struggle. The American Civil War was not just a clash of armies, but a battle of ideologies. At its core were leaders whose visions and decisions would determine the fate of a nation torn apart. In this introduction, we pose a provocative question. How did the leadership of figures like President Abraham Lincoln and Confederate President Jefferson Davis influence the war's outcome? Join us on this journey through history as we unravel the stories of those who stood at the helm. From executive offices to the battlefield, their leadership shaped the course of the conflict and the United States' very fabric. Let's begin this voyage into the past, where leadership steered the nation amidst its most trying times. Next, we'll uncover the causes that sparked this great divide. Welcome to our exploration of the causes that led to one of the most pivotal conflicts in American history, the Civil War. In the early 19th century, the United States was a nation divided by stark economic and social differences. The industrial North clashed with the agrarian South, creating a fracture that widened over time. This tension was fueled by the debate over states' rights versus federal authority. Southern states cherished their independence, wary of centralized power threatening their way of life. At the heart of these disputes lay the contentious issue of slavery, a moral and economic pillar for the South, yet a growing concern for abolitionists in the North. As these pressures mounted, the nation found itself on an irreversible path to conflict. Through this segment, we delve into the intricate tapestry of events and beliefs that ignited the Civil War. From economic tensions to political ideologies, each thread played a crucial role in shaping history. Join us as we uncover the underlying forces that set the stage for this defining moment. Stay with us as we move from causes to the first shots fired at Fort Sumter, marking the beginning of an era that changed America forever. At Fort Sumter in April 1861, the tranquil silence was shattered by the roar of Confederate cannons. Positioned in Charleston Harbor, this small yet strategic fort became the flashpoint of a divided nation. The first shots of the Civil War rang out, marking the onset of a brutal conflict that would forever alter America's landscape. The Union garrison, though outmatched, resisted fiercely. For 34 hours, shells rained down, fueling the determination of both sides. As the smoke cleared, Fort Sumter fell to Confederate hands, signaling the start of a long, bloody war centered on ideals and identity. The country stood on the brink of chaos, with brother against brother, grappling with questions of freedom and unity. From the ashes of Fort Sumter, the stage was set for sacrifices and heroism that defined a new era. In the aftermath, the nation braced for a conflict stretching beyond this small coastal fort. Join us next as we journey into key battles that shaped the Civil War's course, history, and legacy. In the crucible of the American Civil War, pivotal battles emerged, reshaping the conflict's landscape and altering history. Among these, the Battle of Gettysburg stands prominently, where Union and Confederate forces clashed over 3 intense days. This tide-turning event marked the Confederacy's retreat from Northern territory, signaling a decisive shift towards the Union. The Battle of Antietam, bloody and harrowing, etched its mark as the single bloodiest day in American military history. It offered President Lincoln the momentum to announce the Emancipation Proclamation, reframing the war's purpose to include abolishing slavery. These battles underscored the immense human cost, highlighting both strategic mastery and sacrifice on each side. As we delve further, let's explore how these moments were crucial shifts that paved the way to the Union victory. Join us next as we unveil the leadership dynamics steering these battles through the looming figures of Lincoln and Davis. In the tumultuous years of the American Civil War, 2 figures emerged as pivotal leaders: Abraham Lincoln in the North and Jefferson Davis in the South. Lincoln, known for his wisdom and determination, faced the daunting task of preserving the Union with a guiding principle: the moral resolve to end slavery. His words in the Gettysburg Address became a rallying cry for a fractured nation. Meanwhile, Jefferson Davis, president of the Confederacy, embodied the Southern cause. A seasoned military man, Davis navigated the complexities of states' rights and the fight for independence. Both leaders, steadfast in their vision, guided the war's challenges through decisive actions. Their legacies offer insights into leadership under relentless pressure. As we delve into their contrasting approaches, we gain a deeper understanding of how leadership can shape history. Next, we'll explore the strategic brilliance of generals who commanded the battlefield, witnessing the unfolding drama of war shaping a nation's fate. In the crucible of the American Civil War, two generals stood as towering figures, Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee. Both masters of military strategy, they led armies through pivotal battles in American history. As the Union's determined leader, Grant embraced aggressive maneuvers and total warfare, stressing the South with relentless tactics, showcased by victories at Vicksburg and Chattanooga. Meanwhile, Robert E. Lee, with his dignified presence and battlefield ingenuity, commanded respect from all. His defense of Richmond and daring tactics at Chancellorsville reflected his visionary leadership. However, Lee's incursions into the North, like the Battle of Gettysburg, were turning points shaping the war's course. Together, these generals defined an era through strategic differences, yet shared dedication to their causes. Their decisions influenced immediate battlefield outcomes and broader military doctrine for generations. As we continue our journey, we will explore how these strategies impacted the war's resolution and lasting legacy on American society. The American Civil War was a turning point that left an indelible mark on society. Central to this transformation was the Emancipation Proclamation, redefining freedom in America and envisioning a new era of equality. As the war progressed, its impact rippled through the social and economic fabric of the nation. Communities, once divided, faced the monumental task of healing and rebuilding. For many, the war paved the way for unprecedented social change, altering countless lives. Economically, the Southern landscape transformed, shifting from agrarian reliance on slavery to new industrial growth pathways. Meanwhile, Northern industry advanced, setting the stage for America as a global power. The Civil War reshaped more than just the physical landscape. It laid the groundwork for a societal metamorphosis. As we reflect on these changes, we recognize the Civil War's enduring legacy, redefining a nation resonating with history's triumphs and trials. Join us in the next segment as we explore the war's conclusion and the beginning of the Reconstruction era. In the waning days of the American Civil War, a pivotal moment unfolded at Appomattox Courthouse. On April 9, 1865, a weary General Robert E. Lee met Union General Ulysses S. Grant. Lee's surrender marked the Civil War's end. As the dust settled, the aftermath signaled a new chapter for an inexorably changed nation. Through surrender, the deeply fractured country began its challenging road to healing and reconstruction. Hostilities' end brought an intense mix of relief, sorrow, and daunting anticipation of rebuilding. As signatures were placed, communities began a return to normalcy, though altered by war's scars. This moment, rich in solemnity and hope, resonates as a profound turning point in American history. The surrender at Appomattox not only concluded a great conflict, but also paved the way for unity and reconsidering freedom and democracy. As we transition to the next chapter, we reflect on how this resolution set the stage for a new era in America. As the Civil War's dust settled, the United States faced a new challenge: Reconstruction. This era marked a critical phase in healing a divided nation and redefining the socio-political landscape. The Union emerged victorious, yet the struggle for equality and justice had only begun. The war's long-term effects left indelible marks on American society. Formerly enslaved individuals embarked on claiming their rights, sparking new social and economic dynamics that reshaped the nation. Railroads expanded, industry boomed, yet regions bore conflict scars. Constitutional amendments during Reconstruction, like the 13th, 14th, and 15th, transformed the country's legal foundation. However, the path to equal rights proved perilous and sometimes elusive. These adjustments laid the bedrock for further civil rights advancements in the 20th century. The Civil War's legacy persists, not just in books and museums, but in today's society fibers. It serves as a reminder of a divided past, a testament to resilience, and a lesson for future generations. As we reflect on these enduring legacies, we prepare to delve into the stories of key figures whose contributions shaped history. Join us in our next segment. As we draw to a close, let's reflect on key contributions made by figures during the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln courageously led the nation through its darkest hour, his vision unwavering in navigating emancipation and unity. Jefferson Davis, opposing steadfastly, handled the challenges of leading a new Confederacy with resolve. On battlefields, generals like Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee etched their names into history. Grant, with relentless strategy, and Lee, with tactical brilliance, directed pivotal engagements that sealed the war's fate. Their decisions and actions sculpted the nation's path and resonated through time. Across a torn landscape, these leaders' influences shaped the war's outcome and the United States' future. As we summarize their enduring legacies, we see how pivotal their roles were in determining history's course. Through their stories, we gain insight into the indelible mark they left. As history enthusiasts and students, we remember, reflect, and draw lessons from their profound contributions to the American Civil War.